thanks for clicking on today's video. Yes, today's video is a little bit different from the usual video I post because I've done a digital version of this drawing as well because I did not like how this turned out. So, I'm gonna first show you guys what I did traditionally, and then I'll show you guys what I did digitally. So without further ado, why don't we turn back the time? Welcome back to another day of daily sketching, where today we're going to be working on Inktober day 19, and today's topic is Arctic. The thing about Arctic is that it's just like a sheet of ice, and the problem with that is you can't really build architecture on top of a floating sheet of ice, so it needs to be something light, and it needs to be something pretty stable as well, and it should allow someone to balance on the ice. So I sort of wanted to create a pendulum that kind of counteracts the wave of the ocean, because I'm guessing it's like building something on top of a boat. Consider this something very ambitious. I don't think such thing would actually happen. Okay, cool. And then I want to create a huge mega structure somewhere across here, as you know, it's in the Arctic, and you want to create something huge. Pyramid in the Arctic, made out of ice. The problem with ice is that they melt, so you can't really build something with ice. I'm gonna add a little bit more horizontal line here to create a sense of flat flora to it. Actually, I would totally add some lamppost here. And for a sense of scale, I'll draw another one here, but very small. Could totally add like a jump pad kind of thing. And some architectural structure. I'm going with an octagon. The reason why is because I'm kind of following the shape of the lamppost, so I'm guessing that's a design motif of this drawing. And right now I'm kind of trying to make a different level of jump pad kind of thing, so you could assume there's like a spaceship kind of coming out from here. This looks like something out of Star Wars, honestly, but it's okay. It's about visual information. If you notice that that's something out of Star Wars, then you'd know that it's some kind of spaceship, right? So I imagine that the scene would be a little bit darker, but instead of committing to it just yet, I'm going to use some of my blue markers to just feel things out first. So I assume that as it goes further down, it's denser, and I think the blue and the orange might contrast well with the background. Yeah, I would also like to blame that the topic Arctic is really hard to add colors to it, because most likely it's going to be pretty darn blue, showing that the lights are spilling out from the building. It just comes down to adding cast shadows, isn't it? As always. Lights like that. And maybe just a bit more on the edges here. I think I'm going to add some thicker lines across this pyramid. How does that look? Yo, this looks like a kid's drawing. Dang, okay. How could I make this less like a kid's drawing? Do I just need to add more shadows and realistic lights? Maybe. Most likely. What I've decided is I'm gonna work on this digitally, and what I mean by that is, you know, I think I could do this better digitally. I already have some sort of ideas and colors on what kind of vision I was going for. It's just I did not have the skills and talents to do it traditionally. And that is why I am here doing this digitally. So as there are layers of mountains of sheet of ice, we're just gonna do that first. I wanted to do something like that. You see that? You see that? You see that? Do you see that? I hope you do. That's what I wanted to do. And you got the human here. Look at that. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, and then the skies. The skies were actually a lot more wider in my head. And then maybe I will draw in the pyramid shape. Like, I wanted to create something like a shadow, you know? Like a shadow of a big triangular box, not like a kid's drawing. You see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? Yeah, look how snowy that looks and feels. Because this is a nighttime place, I wanted to create Why don't I delete this part actually? Yep, okay, so I cut out some of the orange lights. The reason why is because I'm going to use the overlays. So I'm going to blur the edges a bit because I want things to feel like it's glowing around it and not this sharp light, sharp, harsh. Trust the process, this is going to work. And then since this is like a very blurry, snowy day, I'm going to use the blur. Daytime, nighttime. Yeah. I just wanted to show to you guys what I meant when I want to draw like a cool Arctic building. And not whatever this is. Boo! Woo! Boo! But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of Inktober Day 19. Totally did not do digital version of it because I did not like how it turned out. But oh, hey, it looks cool, right? That looks cool. I wanted to draw something like this, not this. Maybe it's the ink that caused a problem. Maybe I should have done this without the ink and just done it completely without the ink. How do you create like a misty white snowy world with ink markers? Maybe I should have used like a brighter ink maybe? I don't really know actually. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll try better next time. Or maybe I'll attempt like this again. Other than that, I'll see you guys in another Inktober video. Bye-bye!